Hi everyone, I'm Anna Finch and welcome to my channel. So this writing sprint's probably going to go for about an hour, maybe more depending on how many people show up. Also, hi, welcome. Yeah, so it's going to be go for about an hour, maybe more, depending on how I feel and depending on how many people show up. Also, an announcement, my new book, which is a children's picture book, actually comes out next week, Friday next week. It is going to be available on all platforms, but if you want to check it out before it comes out, I've got ARC review copies on Netgalley. It's linked below if you want to access it. Okay, so welcome to now. So we're going to start with probably 15-minute writing sprint, just to get started. So 15 minutes to start, and we'll go from there. Okay, so just let me get the timer up on my screen. Okay. I'm probably going to work on some preparation and marketing for my children's book. Maybe write something if I've got a chance, but I've got to do a lot of prep. Anyway, let's make a start with 15 minutes. Okay, so I didn't write anything beyond, but I have been doing stuff in preparation for my book release. Okay. Anyway, it's kind of been very stressful the past few weeks. Had a booklet release to prepare, plus a lot of marking. And my first ever senior class is finishing. They finish their senior classes next week, so they've got graduate celebration day before they have their exams. So yeah, then they nearly finished with school, and I've got to get there's kids that have got to do redemptions and stuff like that. So I'm under a lot of pressure, and I've also got to prepare next week as well. Next Sunday, I can't do a live stream because I'm actually going to be doing an in-person author event near, well, in Melbourne. So yeah, so it's going to be it's going to be interesting. I'm setting up a stall with all my books, so I'm waiting on deliveries for copies of my books. Making sure everything's organised. I've got to buy some last minute sandbag weights for the marquee. And depending on how this goes, I'm also going to do another author event with at the Queen Victoria Market here in Melbourne, and possibly Docklands Twilight Market near Christmas. I've got to try and see if I can do an author event at my local library, because the librarians there know me. Pretty much all the librarians there are ones that I grew up with. So they've seen me since I was a kid. Anyway, how'd you go with the writing sprint? Yeah. One thing I don't like about StreamYard, there's a lag. There's like a 20-second lag between what I'm recording and what is actually on YouTube. Anyway. Okay. With writing, I have written very little for the sequel to Voiceless. Hopefully, once my senior classes leave, so they'll be finished in the next week. They'll have, so they've got about 2 weeks, or one of my senior classes. I'll have a little bit more time by mid-November. I should have half the classes I normally have, because the senior classes will have left. All the senior classes, 11 and 12. So I'll hopefully have more time. And plus, NaNoWriMo here in Melbourne, the Melbourne Nano Group, they are doing some live write-ins and meetups, which is going to be massively helpful, as I struggle a lot with the online events for NaNoWriMo. Hopefully, because it's in person, I'll be able to physically like I'll be able to force myself to write a lot more, because I do want to get this book out. It's now 2 years. Well, next week will be 2 years since Voiceless came out, and I need to get that sequel out next year. So make sure everything is done and ready to go. Otherwise, I will have a lot of trouble. Okay. I'm going to do another 15 minutes, actually. Yeah, I'm just going to be doing marketing and advertising stuff rather than writing. Once I've done the marketing stuff, then I'll probably try and write something. Maybe a children's book, maybe something else. I've got 2 other children's books. I've got 3 other children's books. One of them's already, the writing's already done, edited. I've got the illustrations, having to check those, make sure everything that is good. The other 2 are works in progress. One of them I've got to cut down massively and streamline and edit. Don't know how. But yeah. Oh, welcome. I'm going to do another 15-minute writing sprint. So I'll put that timer on. Let's see how many words we can get, or how many words you guys can get, and how much stuff I can get done in 15 minutes. All right. Let's make a start. Okay, I'm basically creating the ads for my new book. Yeah, so because I'm making a BookBub ad now, these are ad campaigns. Hi, Devon. Okay, yeah, it's been a while since I've done these. Yeah, so I'm basically doing BookBub ads for my new book coming out next. Yeah, sorry, it's this week here in Oz. Yeah, so I'm basically creating all these BookBub ads to promote it. So I've got to make sure it's actually set up. So I've got Google, Amazon, Kobo, Apple. Yeah, so it's a bit tricky trying to do the live stream plus create the ads. Yeah, so I'm basically just trying to get this done. Okay, so that's only 4 places. Never mind. Anyway, how have you been, Devon? Oh, welcome to the second person here. Yeah, so anyway, all these promotions and everything are doing my head in, making sure I've got everything on track and everything's working and uploaded correctly. It's doing my head in. I only just realized today that with the new book that I actually forgot to put at the end, if you like, please review. Yeah, I forgot to put that. So, oh well, I can always put it in the description. It's been a rough year, but still around. Yeah, it's been tough as well. I'm pretty sure it's been tough everywhere as well, but I don't know. For some reason, this year's been harder than the year before. I don't know. I don't know. I've been under a lot of stress at work lately. Working on decluttering a very messy room. Yeah, I should be doing that. You can't see much from here, but uh, parts of my room look like a bomb went off. I've got papers everywhere, and oh, I've just yeah. Anyway, I've got my first my first in person author event next week as well, which is fun. Has also a pain. Spilled water, had to clean that up. Yeah. Yeah, I'm probably going to do maybe another 2 writing sprints. One more maybe. At least one more, because I do need to actually go to the store and buy some supplies for the marquee because of the yeah. Yeah, I am really nervous because the event is a local community market near where I live, um, and um, the local library is also having stalls there because it's the local community market. So, um, pretty much the local librarians that are there, I basically grew up with them, so they all know me because I was basically always in the library growing up throughout primary and high school. I was basically always in the library and reading books or doing homework. So they all know me. So it's I'm kind of nervous for that. And because it's a local community festival slash market, I'm basically directly selling books. But I'm also doing free doing signings as well as free readings of my new book and Voiceless. So I'm very nervous. I'm praying everything goes well. But I'm also nervous because I've still got the flu. So I still sound a little bit stuffy. And I don't know, I don't know if you've seen any of my readings, but when I read, I sometimes sound monotone, and it's not because I'm not trying to put emotion. I sound monotone because it's just how I read when I speak. Um, and it's hard for me to put emotion while reading because I'm focused on the words and making sure I can read the words and actually say them out loud and pronounce them properly. Because there are some words or some sounds that are very very hard for me to pronounce. So my accent will change while I'm speaking because it's the only way I can pronounce that particular sound is by doing it in a slightly different accent, which is very nerve-wracking. I've been mistaken for British before. Someone called me a New Zealander because of how I pronounce, or thought I was a New Zealander from how I pronounce certain words. Yeah, so someone thought British, someone thought New Zealander. It's very weird. Markets are very popular here, especially at this time of year. Yeah, they're actually pretty popular around here as well. It's just getting into spring, so spring in Melbourne is you never know what's going to happen. We had floodings here in Victoria and parts of Melbourne, um, like like 2 days ago, and now it's sunny. So it's like spring in this area is like constantly flip flops. Sometimes it can rain at any time. So um, markets, if they're outside markets, which is the one I'm going to, um, I've got to make sure I've got plastic coverings for basically everything I'm selling, plus a roof. And the market requires that we use sandbags to weigh the marquees and the tables. Um, and instead of the water weights I was initially going to buy, which were probably would have been easier to carry because I could literally just fill it up there. But because it's sandbags, if they're too heavy, I may not actually be able to physically lift them. And the people going with me, well, one of the people going with me to the market, she can't lift heavy things. She can't lift anything more than like 2 kilos. So, and even then, that might hurt her arm. So, yeah, it's tricky getting everything prepared. I'm a bit of a nervous wreck with it. Fall here, snows in the forecast for next week. Oh, yeah. Yeah, autumn or fall here is it depends on where you are. So where I am, we don't get any snow. in winter or in autumn. If you go to the mountains, you'll get snow. We've got ski resorts and stuff in the mountains here in Victoria, but snow's literally just in the mountains, and sometimes there's not much snow, depending on the weather. I don't know. The weather here in Australia is weird. Sometimes we get rain. Sometimes we get rain, hail, sunshine, all in one day. So it flip-flops constantly. So you never know what's going to happen. It's the same. It's the same in autumn and winter. Winter's most of the time constantly miserable and raining, but we sometimes get the rare sunny day. Now I do sound British, talking about the weather. Anyway. Alright. Let's do another 15 minutes. So I'll probably do one more sprint after this one. Just cause. Anyway. Alright, let's get started with this. Let's see how much we can get done in this time. Alright. Okay, so I'm currently still working on creating an image for my BookBub ad. Um, so I'm going to do 2 separate ads, one for pre-order, so for this week only. So do a pre-order one and then do a separate one for after the release. Anyway, how are you guys going? How did you go with this? How many words or what you got done? Sorry, I was just more sorting and decluttering. Yep. Hey, at least you're getting stuff done. That's the main thing. How about the second person? How'd you go with the writing sprint? Anyway, so I'm quiet literally because I'm also creating a BookBub ad. Anyway, it's getting all this done while also doing a full-time teaching job. I haven't got any time in the day. I hardly have any time during the day. The most I can get done when it comes to writing or preparations is on the weekends, because I'm pretty much home all day for the weekends. But during the week, if I get anything done that's for my writing, my books, it's a massive win because I work full-time teaching, and with the senior classes and all the marking and all the results being due, and it never ends. Don't get me wrong, I love teaching. It's just there's a lot of paperwork involved, which can be draining as well. All right. I'll do one last writing sprint because then I've got to go get lunch and go buy the other stuff I need for the marquee. We'll do actually not 15 minutes. We'll do 10 minutes for this last one because I'm actually starting to get hungry and I've got a headache from not eating food. I haven't eaten anything all day actually. And it's pretty much 1 p.m. here. Anyway, all right, we'll do 10 minutes. I was a teaching assistant for 3 years. So much to do. Yeah, it's the same here whether you're a teacher or teacher's assistant. There is a lot of stuff you need to do. Teacher's assistants have a lot here as well. All the ES staff do. A lot of time. So you got to look after your group of kids in that classroom, but you've got a whole bunch of stuff that you got to do. The IEPs, everything. Yeah, it can be very stressful. 10 p.m. here. Oh, okay. Oh, so I did time it pretty right then. Yeah, I tried to make sure it's in that time window where it's not so early here that I need like a massive cup of coffee, and it's not so late over there. I had to check to make sure because we just got daylight savings time like 2 weeks ago. Yeah, 2 weeks ago we got daylight savings time, which is a pain. Because some of the states have daylight savings, some of them don't. And and having to go to work the next day after daylight savings was put in place was annoying. Um, yeah. Okay, so we'll do a 10-minute sprint. This is going to be the last one because I do need to go get something to eat. So let's see how much we can get done. Yeah. Yeah, it's annoying the changes in time. Okay. That was the last sprint. Okay. How'd you guys go? More of the same plus food. Yeah. Cool. Okay. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. So because just a little plug-in, my new book, Hide and Seek Alphabet, actually comes out this coming Friday. Available in hardcover and paperback as well as ebook on pretty much all platforms: Amazon, Google, Kobo, and you can also get it from physical bookstores. It's the physical book. The paperback is set at about $15.99 US on the US store in Amazon. Personally, I prefer the quality of the picture from the book in Amazon because the Ingram version is much more of a matte finish interior. It's got a more of a matte finish interior. That's just my personal preference, but I'm still happy with it. So it's turned out really well. There will be no live stream next week because the event that I'm doing is Sunday, pretty much all day. There will be a live stream this Friday coming on the 21st at about 11 p.m. Australian time, which is I think about 8 a.m. your time, Devon. Either 8 or 7 a.m. your time anyway. So that live stream will be basically Q&A. It's to celebrate the book launch for my new book. So there'll be a Q&A session. I'll do a reading of some pages from my book. And basically answer any questions. We might end up doing some writing sprints. Depends how I'm feeling after working all day. The Worldwide Write-a-thon is next weekend on YouTube too. I didn't know there was a write-a-thon. Okay. Is it like throughout the entire week? Or throughout the entire weekend, sorry? Or because I may join in, but like not to stream, not to do a live stream for it, but I'll probably join in as a writer, not a YouTuber. But anyway, I know I'll have a look at the playlists you make for the different writings and see if I can join in. It's like 50 hours long. Oh my god. Yeah, I'll probably join in, but as a writer, not as a YouTuber. So yeah, a bit too long for me, but I'll probably join in at some point on the Saturday at least, Australian time. But anyway. Oh my god. anyway, I'm excited, and I'm also a nervous wreck at the same time for the event. Hopefully it'll turn out good. I've also got to put my name down for some other markets, specifically some children's markets for this. But I finally got a bulk, and I finally got large amounts of physical copies, not just of this in paperback, but also Voiceless. I've got physical copies coming in for Voiceless as well, so I can also sell directly now. I'll be the chat moderator for one of the Write-a-thon streams. Ah, cool. Let me know which one, and I'll pop in at least to say hello. Alright. Okay. Well, I've got to go. I need to get lunch, and I need to go buy some sandbags for my marquee for the market. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you in one of those, or join in one of those streams next weekend. And I hope to see you. Hopefully, I can see you on my live author event online here on YouTube. But anyway, I'm gonna go. Thank you for joining me. I look forward to seeing you guys next time. Bye. Hope stay safe.